Good morning. As per your request, you would like to solve a problem about multiple regression. So this is a problem for multiple regression using matrix notation. If you are given the following, this is x prime x inverse matrix. And this is the vector x prime y. If you know that y prime y equals 28421 and the standard error for betas is given by the vector 0.06, 0.08, and 2.2. And if you know that f tabulated equals 3.07 and n equals 10. Required is to estimate the value of the parameters. Number 2, to test the significance of the parameter. And number 3, to test the significance of the model. Number 1, estimate the parameters. This is our model, or y equal b naught plus b1 x1 b1 x1 plus b2 x2 plus b3 x3 plus u. So this is the value of the parameters that we would like to estimate, b1, b2, and b3. So in order to estimate the value of the parameters, we are going to multiply x prime x inverse by x prime y. So we are going to multiply the matrix x prime x inverse multiplied by the vector x prime y. This is gonna be multiplied by So in order to calculate the value of b1, we are going to multiply the first row with the column. So it's gonna be calculated as 37.23 multiplied by 29.135 plus negative 0.00251 multiplied by 62906 plus 1.34 multiplied by 247.934. And we are going to do the same for number 2, and then we are going to do the same for number 3. So the estimated value for the parameters will be B1 0.287, B2 0.185, and B3 47.1. So we can write the equation as y hat equals 0.285x 87 plus 0.185 x2 plus 47.1 x3. So this is the estimated value of the parameters, and this is requirement number 1. With respect to requirement number 2, which is testing the significance of hypothesis regarding the parameters. So H node means that B equals 0, and H1 B not equals 0. So if we are going to accept H node, this means that the parameter is significant. And if you are going to reject it and accept H1, so it is, sorry, if you are going to accept H node, it means that the parameter is insignificant. And if you are going to accept H1, this means that the parameter is significant. So we are going to repeat the test 3 times for B1, B2, and B3. T ratio for B1 equals the value of B, estimated value of B, divided by the standard error. So in this case, T will be 4.78. And we are going to do the same with respect to B2 and B3. So it will be 0.185 divided by 0.025 divided by 0.08. So the value will be 2.318. And finally, with respect to the last one, it's 47.1 divided by 2.2. So the value is 21.4. In the 3 cases, we are going to accept H1, which means it has a significant impact on Y. Requirement number 2 is to calculate R squared. R squared will be calculated as ESS divided by TSS. ESS is calculated as B prime X prime Y. So we are going to multiply B by the vector XY. And TSS, which is calculated as Y prime Y, which is given as 28421. So now we are going to calculate ESS. It's calculated as the value of X prime X is 29.135, 62.90, without point, 62.906, and finally 247.934. This is going to be multiplied by B, which is 0.287, 0.185, and finally 47.1. So the value in this case will be 23351.43. Now we are going to divide the estimated the ESS to divide ESS with by TSS in order to find R squared. So it will be 0.82, which means that 82% of the variation in the in Y has been explained by the model. Finally, we would like to test the significance of the model using F ratio. F ratio is calculated as R squared divided by K minus 1 divided by 1 minus R squared divided by N minus K. K is the number of estimated parameters, which is 3 in this case. And N as given is 10. R squared is 82%. So it is 0.82 divided by K minus 1, which is 3 minus 1 divided by 2, divided by 1 minus 0.82, divided by N minus K, which is 10 minus 3, which is 7. So the estimated value will be 16.12. Now we are going to compare the value of F calculated with F tabulated in order to take the decision whether the model is significant or not. F tabulated using the degrees of freedom 2 and 7 is 9.35. So the value of F calculated is greater than F tabulated. This means that we are going to reject H node and accept H1, which means that the model is significant. Thank you. This is the end of our problem. Thank you.